We are back with the Big Screen Bros podcast. And today we watched the phenomenal, the electric, the
Jesus
lesbian
Christ.
lover movie, Drive Away Dolls. It came out this year, I think.
It's not dolls. It's Drive Away Dykes.
Yeah, they saved the
Really
world.
it has that title, bro. It's not dolls.
Dykes.
I don't
Bro, they
know.
keep saying dykes every
Right.
time. Dyke bar, dyke place, dyke
Bro,
library, dykey dyke.
So I
Dykey
guess I should
Center.
mention this movie is about two or like a group of lesbians traveling from wherever they're from to Tallahassee and on lesbian adventures, which means they do stop at some dyke bars and they do lesbian things. There's a dildo. There's one of those dildos you put onto the wall. There's a suctioning dildo that you put onto the bathroom door. And then like there's just normal dildos like Matt Damon's in it. We see a cutout like a mold of his penis. Miley Cyrus is in it and like some hippie shit. I don't know, but Drive Away Dolls. Let's get a quick
There
breakdown
was
about
no
this
really,
one.
It's not
no real
dolls.
point of that trippy
It's
shit.
called Dykes.
It actually is called Dolls. Let's be honest here. So
Whoa,
we start out.
blow up dykes? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
So we start out and we got this Indian woman, I believe. I don't know her name. What's her name, Ash?
Why do you think I know? Do I look like a fucking Google of Indians? Like you present
I
an
mean,
Indian to me, I'll be
we're
like,
Indian.
oh, that's Sanjali. Oh, that's Ganjana. Oh, that's
Ganjana.
Vishwanathan.
Thank you.
Okay, ganja.
So her name is Ganjana, and she's in her office, and there's this guy just talking to her, and like these two, they're friends. But she usually is like nice to him, but he keeps talking. He's like, hey, you want to go out? And she says this really serious face. She's like, I'm busy. And he's like, well, what about Monday night? I have a meeting. What about Wednesday? Like he's like, you want to have lunch? And she's like, no. Pretty much, she's trying to say no without being rude, but she's got the biggest bitch face of all time. Fantastic acting. And on the other side, we see her friend, who's the second main character, who's got this terrible, atrocious country accent. If that's her real voice,
My God,
I
what's
feel
up? Dude, you know what? The vibe that I felt, it was like a lesbian Matthew McConaughey. You know what I mean? But not done in a good way.
I mean, is Matthew McConaughey even good?
But he's
yeah.
better than lesbian.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know, bro. So yeah, she's got this terrible accent. We don't know if that's her real voice. We didn't look up because we don't care. But it's this terrible like country accent. Like, how y'all doing? I'm with my lesbian girlfriend. She's eating my pussy out. My voice sounded better than that. But pretty much she's cheating on her current girlfriend, who is a cop. And she calls up her friend, the Indian girl. What was her name again, Ash?
Sanjana. Let's call her Sanjana.
Sanjana. She calls up Sanjana, and she's like, or Sanjana calls her, and she's like, stop calling me while I'm having sex. And Sanjana's like, oh. But anyway, they're gonna meet up later that night. And was she a stand-up comedian or she's just singing at the lesbian bar? We don't know.
I don't know.
So,
She's a sexual
They're-
comedian because all she was doing was putting her hands inside her panties, showing her boobs.
that's hilarious.
She's
She never
not-
once showed her breasts.
She's not a comedian. She's like this wild type, kind of like free spirited girl that I.
And everybody's like, yeah, hey.
Oh, I like them. I
hello."
like them. So they're
No, no.
they're
I
at the-
did like her in this movie, but I don't like that kind of personality. I don't that kind of niche or that kind of trope. Sorry, I don't like it. But she was likable. I would say I didn't dislike her. I did dislike her accent. That's probably the only thing that is
I think we all said the first time she talked is like, what is this?
like. Jesus Christ.
Questionable choice. But yeah, so they're at the bar, and then her girlfriend comes up who's a cop, and she's like, she's cheating on me, blah blah blah. And I think she like knocks her out or something. I don't know. So we get back to their house, and she's telling her, you got to get out of here. So they're packing up their stuff, and she's got a dildo on the wall, and the cop girlfriend's taking it off, and she's like, this isn't my dildo. And then she's like, I bought that dildo for you. I want you to have it. She's like, I don't want it in here, and I don't want that stupid dog either. And this dog is a menace. He's just in the back barking. Arr, 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 arr. I'm like,
You
shut
know
up.
what? You know what? I'm about to say some real ignorant shit, but I don't understand why lesbians use dildos to get off, because it would be like a gay man using a fake vagina to get off,
Not
which
you
doesn't make sense.
It is
No,
very
because they
different.
don't have anything to put inside of them.
Yeah, because
Like for a gay man, it's okay because
You're not naked with a real dick, right?
no, because it's a man attached to it. It's not the problem they have with the penis.
it's the problem
that
they have
it's
with the
a
person
man.
attached.
It's
Like if
attached to
they
it, okay.
if they wear those underwears with dicks on, they would be perfectly fine.
The strap-ons, you mean?
Yeah,
Not all of them, no, because like the Indian girl, what was her name again?
Sanjana.
Yeah, Sinjunu. She said she's like she doesn't like her. So like the girl with the terrible accent, she sleeps around with everybody. Cool. The Indian, the Sinjunu, she is like more looking for a relationship. She doesn't sleep with everybody. So just because they got a dildo strap on doesn't mean anything's gonna happen. But
It's just kind of weird to me because honestly, like the way they present lesbians, like I'm gonna be honest,
who's they?
the way they portray it in media, or like I would say,
What media portrays lesbians? Honestly,
What
This is
media?
like- they're just people. Like I don't understand.
chaos.
Like,
Alright,
This is how I feel. Like, what media are you watching that even talks about
a
lesbians?
lot of times they portray them as like they're disgusted.
What do you
men,
mean
know what
by
I mean?
what do you mean by them?
Like, oh my god, you don't start with this.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Bro.
I don't understand what you're saying, so I'm trying to get you to clarify so I can answer your question.
I'm not trying. You're not a lesbian. You're not gonna answer my question.
So
Okay.
only lesbians can answer your question.
Where do we find a
Probably.
lesbian? In our next week, we're gonna bring a lesbian guest, and we're gonna discuss why do you like dildos,
Oh, I know one lesbian. Her name's Coraline.
motherfucker.
The thing is, like, they portray them as, they often portray lesbians as women that hate men, or like they're disgusted by men, but yet they need a dildo to get off. They need a dick shape to get
Oh
off.
my
Like, I don't know.
god!
Look, I don't know where you're getting your information from. Nobody portrays lesbians that way. And
I do.
the whole point of the dildo is
Look, there's always
That's
a friendly
something-
lesbian, then there's always a bitchy lesbian. But there are
I don't
both two
under-
kinds of lesbians.
I don't understand. There's many types of lesbians, but I don't understand where you get this. I don't understand what you're watching that's saying lesbians hate men. That's not true. They just don't want to have sex with men. They don't hate them. Now, don't get me wrong. Some do.
I would say in the credit of this movie, they don't really knock down on men too much. I would say.
I mean, what do you mean a credit? That's why should they be knocking down on men? And would that be a bad thing if they did?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just
Hey,
for
you
me.
don't know. You don't know.
Dude, shut up. You don't know shit either. You just like to pretend that you care.
Look, I am
Okay.
what's it called? Like a safe spot for all the lesbian, gay, bisexual, LGBTQRS. Look, I'm a safe spot for all of them.
So am I, dude.
What about you, Ash?
That's what's like in this movie. You're turned on by the lesbian scenes.
He really was.
I'm fine
what's
with
happening here?
that. I don't mind
Look, at
that.
the end of the day, they're just people, bro. I don't care
Look,
if you're
I
don't care what your sexual orientation is.
people are nice to me, so I don't.
Obviously, dude, I'm at a core value. I agree with you. You know, I'm just kind of joking around. Jesus Christ.
I don't joke about stuff like that.
Yeah, bro, we don't joke about that. Lesbians have feeling too. Only the good
Only
ones.
the-
I don't understand why you're
The
saying
other
lesbians
ones, they are
have
straight
feeling.
from hell. They just
Wait,
became
what?
what they hated.
What?
Only the
Look,
good
the
ones.
whole point of a dildo is it feels good on the inside. Like, have you ever had sex with a man?
No, it does not feel good on the inside.
No,
It
have you
it
ever had
feels
sex with a
good
man?
in their inside.
Have you ever had sex with a man?
No, I don't want to.
That's not what I was asking. I was like, have you ever?
No.
Your opinion on this doesn't really count, does it?
I guess you're homophobic then.
I am.
That's not what we're saying.
No, I am. I
No,
hate
No,
the
don't
guy.
chaos, you're homophobic now. Because that's all
I'm
he
joking,
does.
I'm
Rachel's
joking,
like,
mean,
I'm joking.
I mean, he might be. Look, but we love you, Ash. You can change. There's not too late for you.
Nah,
But-
I don't.
but-
I was just joking, bro.
The whole
I don't
point
mind.
is penetration. Penetration feels different than just rubbing their.
bro, don't say penetration. Just make me
It
cringe.
does. Okay, getting fucked by dildo makes it feels better than just rubbing their vaginas together. Like
Yeah, at least you couldn't say penetration. Okay.
scissoring is different.
Oh my god, this is
Yeah.
cringe. I hate you
Well,
so much.
you told. I'm trying to explain it. You asked the question.
Why are you trying to
Because-
explain it? Like, I know it already,
It
bro.
feels different on the inside. That's the point. That's why they use a dildo, because they're not sexually attracted to men. And normally, when you're horny, you want to you want to have sex with something you're attracted to. Like some people can do it without that. But like
You know, I
they can't
never-
get horny around men. I think that's the point. Like they don't get
No,
horny.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna be honest. I remember when I was growing up and talking with my friends. A lot of them were into that lesbian stuff, but I never got into it. Like I always felt like
The
lesbians
guys-
don't need me, and they
the
don't
guys-
want me there. So
the
I don't
guys
want
over here-
to. Yeah.
Bro, look, I'm a black man in America. I'm wanted everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't relate, but
Everything is outrageous in this episode. Why does it matter you're a black man in America? How did you work that into this conversation, bro?
look, you're talking about being rejected by a group, and then feeling that rejection is it hurted you on the inside, so you rejected them, which isn't right.
That's kind of
From either
true.
part, it's not right from either side.
No,
Like,
no,
you're
that's
responding
kind
to
of true.
them.
You're actually kind of you're kind of feeling back.
I'm the wise man here, so I know I'm true.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. So as a
How the
black man
hell?
in
Who the
America,
hell made you
I
the
can
wise
kinda-
man, huh? You know
Look,
nothing
you
about
just called me-
anything.
You just called me that, not me. Okay, you just called
Dude,
me.
this dude is playing the race card
But-
for reason.
Yo, can I finish? though?
No, you can't.
Look, like as a black man who grew up in America, I was accepted by everyone everywhere I went.
Really?
I
Yeah,
really
that's
can't
why you were
relate to your
stabbed.
question, but anytime I felt like I didn't want to be around people, yeah, I would do what you said. I would just be like, reject them. But it wasn't a personal thing.
How would you
Look,
reject them if they don't even want you there?
Nobody, everybody wanted me. I've never been met with racism until I met you.
Oh my god. What the
Let me be clear though. If I met a lesbian girl in real life and we could hit it off and be friends, of course I would accept her. But I'm gonna be honest. I have no experience with even meeting a lesbian girl.
But how do you know that? Like, what? How are you defining someone as a lesbian girl? There's plenty of lesbians who just don't say it because it doesn't matter.
No, I think I guarantee I probably met some lesbian girls.
You can smell it.
No, but no, just because you kind of know.
course you do.
Even they tell you
And
if
this
they're
is-
lesbian or gay.
But you're judging. That's the problem. The whole thing. You're judging them before you actually know them.
No, well, I will say this. I do have a gay friend, and when I met him, I knew he was gay.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he wasn't out of the
and
closet.
you also
He
said
wasn't out
that
of
he
the
would
closet yet.
he would fuck everyone, all the men, and you would
No,
you
no,
were shocked
I don't-
that half
Did
of
he
the
ever
boat
fuck,
how
did he
the
ever fuck you?
and you were
No,
shocked that
we-
how the hell
is this
is he
where this
finding
hate
some
comes from?
gays?
Is that where the hate comes from?
I don't
He
have
never
any
tried
hate
to
for
fuck you.
I don't have any hate for that.
Look, well, what if he had wanted to fuck you? Would you?
Not him. I wasn't attracted to him.
I mean, what does attraction have to do with fucking?
You just do you think about the words that you say before you say them?
I speak from my heart.
Okay. Well, your heart is very dumb.
Look, but is that a true statement? What does attraction have to do with fucking?
Of course, you have to be attracted to a person.
No, that was the whole point of the girl with the terrible accent. She was just fucking everybody.
No, but she was very sexual as a
Yes,
person. So
and a lot
she
of people
needs
are like that.
to
Like
girls.
there's this guy I've met on the gram. He does that too. Like I enjoy listening to his daily recounts of just hooking up with dudes. It's very
Oh yeah,
just
he used to tell me his stories too, and they were very wild. They were very promiscuous, like I said.
like everyone is. Men and women are all promiscuous. It's no
Yeah, but
different.
keep going with the movie.
So anyways, the girl kicks her out. So they go. So the plan is to drive her across country, and she's like, the country girl's like, there's this thing called driveaways, which I had never heard of. So I guess like if you're go to like, I don't know if it's like a car company or a dealership or something, and you can drive the car for them to wherever location they're at. And I don't know if you get paid for it, but you take the car there and you drop it off at the wherever it's supposed to be. So that's a cool thing. I've never heard of that until this. And so they do that.
But you probably do get paid.
Yeah. So that sounds like a great idea if I ever try to do something and want to escape state. So
That's the thing. That sort of thing is like house sitting, where somebody leaves and you have to house sit their house. So it's
So
like a weird job, but
they
it's
go
kind
to
of comfy.
they go to the place and the guy is like, "Where are you going?" And they're like, "Tallahassee." And he's like, "Oh, Tallahassee." So he had gotten a phone call saying,
Tallahassee.
"For us, we're going to Tallahassee." So he gives them a car because he thinks
To
it's
go to
someone else.
Tallahassee.
So, so eventually they're driving off, and then some people come in later on, and they're like, "Yo, we're here to pick up the stuff, the car."
And
the
they want
guy's
to go
like,
to Tallahassee.
What? We came to the car to Tallahassee. He's like, "They're gone already." And he tells them the whole story, and they're like, "Okay, did you get any information from them?" He's like, "All we need is a home number. We don't even need their names," which is crazy. So they get their number, and then they don't kill the guy. Actually, whatever happened to that guy?
He's still lying there, probably trying to wake
Yeah,
up.
so they pretty much hit him on the back of the head and beat him up. He's lying in a pool of his blood for like 2 days. Eventually, the cop girlfriend shows up.
But she's trash. She's a trash
she's,
cop.
she's cool, but she's terrible at her job.
Yeah.
And then she ignores it and she drives off. And the guy was like, "No one's gonna help me." We never find out what happens to him.
He's probably
That's not-
still lying. I'm trying to tell
The
you.
movie loses a point in my mind for that because like
Mm.
that's good. I didn't remember it till now, but that's important. What happened to him? So
I
they knock him out.
the main character, dude.
But they took the time to make the scene.
You know, they took the time to at least name him Curdy. Because
Yeah.
I remember his name, but I don't remember the lesbians' names.
Exactly. And they showed his body lying on the floor next to the black guy, and they showed the cop looking through the window and not seeing his body and him asking for help. So it seemed like a big thing they forgot. But anyways, they get the number and they're gonna go to the girlfriend's house, the ex-girlfriend, and the two of them they're traveling, and she's like, the country girl's like, "We're gonna make a quick stop at Dyke Town." So they stop at a motel, and pretty much they go to the bar. She's like, "You want to hook up with any of these women?" And she's like, "No, I want to make love." So the country girl meets a girl who's like bodaciously busty, thick, and they fuck in the bed. And the Indian girl, what's her name again?
Sanjana.
Sunjana. She leaves and she goes sit in like the motel lobby, and it's raining. Blah blah blah. So the next day they leave town. They're driving wherever, and why did they pull over? I don't remember, but they pull over. I think they got a flat, and they go to the back of the car. You know how in the trunk they keep your extra wheel underneath the black thing of the truck, the mat of the truck. They lift it up. There's a briefcase, and at that time when we saw the briefcase, I think we assumed it was drugs. I said heroin. What'd you say, Rock?
I assume it was ecstasy or some kind of pills
Yeah.
or something like that.
Because they were doing like trippy things, like
Exactly.
visuals, and Ash was like, "I want to see more lesbian scenes." So we didn't really get an answer out of him. But yeah, so they take it out.
She was like, "What are drugs? How do you take those?"
What is heroin, ecstasy? So they take it out, and there's like a little briefcase. So I think we completely forgot this movie. At the beginning of the movie, Pedro Pascal was in it. I forgot he was in this. Literally for 2 minutes.
And then his
He's
head
sitting-
was in there
Yeah,
in the
for 2
movie.
minutes, he's at a bar with a briefcase. He's yelling something at the bartender. He runs out. The bartender follows him. And then the bartender's like, give me the briefcase. He's like, no. The bartender takes one of the corkscrews for the wine opener, stabs him in the neck, stabs him in the other side of his neck with a pin, pushing it.
I don't even know
inwards,
why they kept the
starts
head.
gouging out his eyes.
Like, there was no point in keeping the head. Why? And they never really explained why
They
they were
never-
carrying the head around.
Yeah, so TB heads him and he puts him in the case, and that's what's in the trunk of the car.
Were they
Well,
trying
yeah,
to
they
use the
never
head as
explained.
like a dildo stand? Like, you can put the dildo in it.
Bro, what dildo, bro? So, anyways, they go to a cafe and they have the briefcase. So they're like, we need to open this. And the Indian girl's like, no, we shouldn't. Or no, the girl with the country accent is like, no, we shouldn't. The Indian girl's like, yes, we should. What's her name again?
Sanjan.
Sanjaya.
Zendaya. So Zendaya was like,
What the
we
fuck?
should open it. So they open it, and there's 5 dildos. And they're shocked. But we don't see the dildos yet at this point, but they're shocked. So now they go to another motel, or like a fancy hotel. So I'm assuming it's money, because they don't show what's in there. And they're like, we're going to stop here, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, do you have freezers, all this stuff. It's a really fancy place. So we go backwards to the ex-girlfriend's house, and the two guys go there that were looking for the briefcase. So there's a black guy who's the boss. There's a guy with a mustache who's like, he's like the minion 1, and there's a bald guy who's minion 2. So bald guy, he's real calm and collected. He can talk to people. The guy with the mustache, he's like, give me what I want. So they go
Yeah,
to
he's like the enforcer.
yeah, but not a good
And
one.
the one guy is like the rational one, I guess.
Yeah. But he's not a good enforcer, because they go to the ex-girlfriend's house, and pretty much the second he forces his way in, the guy with the mustache, she maces him, flips him over, like almost chokes him to death with like a stick, and then her dog comes and humps his ass. So yeah, and the whole time the gay one, the bald gay guy, he's talking to her, and he's like, "Look, we're looking for your ex. Can you help us?" She's like, "Yeah, I want you to give her pain." Remember, she's a cop, and she's like, "What's she write on it? Like love hurts or something?"
Love, I think love is a slave mail to hell.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was
exactly.
on the car. That was
the
on the
one.
car. What's she write on the picture?
Love bites you in the ass or something.
Yeah,
Love
love
bites
bites
you
you in the ass because she does not want her to find love other than her. She's a
She gave
toxic person.
So-
She is definitely a cop.
Not, she got
Caging
cheated on.
people in.
She literally
the
got
prison.
cheated on. What are you talking about? Toxic. She was in a committed relationship, and she was the only one working because the other girl don't do anything, and she got cheated on. So she gives him the picture of her, of just the girlfriend, not Zendaya, and then they leave to go find her. So we're at the motel. Before we get to the motel, they stop at some like country town. They go to this bar, and there's like a volleyball or softball team. Pretty much, the country girls, like, they're all lesbians. So they go to their place, and pretty much it's a make-out party. So they make out with someone for a certain amount of time. Then the coach blows their whistle, and they switch places. Everyone rotates right. Some people sitting down, and then everyone else stands up, and they rotate right. We get to the point when Zendaya and the country girl, they're about to they get lined up. And Zendaya's like, look, I don't think I can do this. And the country girl's like, she grabs her and she's like, do it for me. It's a real romantic scene. Like, I think we all got the feeling they're going to be making out. They're going to end up together. And
I did get that
enjoyed
feeling.
it.
I did get that feeling, but it didn't pan out actually.
We don't really know. But yeah, they're making out. And then afterwards, Zendaya's like, look, I'm going to go home. She feels uncomfortable. Like, this is her first time. It's her friend. Like, it's her best friends because they're traveling across the country, but she leaves. So she's walking home, and then a cop pulls up behind her. It was a very scary scene. He pulls up. It's this big white man. He's like, what you doing in town, girl? Where you from? And she's like, well, I'm stopping by. Where you staying?
Like that, bro. He wasn't even hitting on her. He was just being like an asshole cop.
That wasn't hitting. That was a racist voice.
No, he's like, where are you walking? He's like, I'm walking home. Where'd you come from? She doesn't even have to answer any of these because she's not at this moment, she's not being detained for anything. She's just walking down the street.
Well, she gets really arrested. We don't really know why, but she gets arrested just for the night. I don't know. I guess maybe there's bail, but the country girl picks her up in the morning, and then they go to the new hotel. So
Well, there's actually that scene made me think of cops and how cops, depending on their mood, might be terrible to you or just be an asshole to you, and they can enforce the law on you if they're having a bad day or whatever, bro. Like, why
that's why
does the cop harass her?
that's why you pull your phone out. Well, they didn't show the whole scene, so we don't really know if he harassed her. He
No,
was just
because
asking. We can assume he did, but we don't really know.
I'm gonna tell you, I have some run-ins with the cops, and two of the run-ins they were nice to me. You know what I mean? And they just let me off. But I had a run-in with another cop, and she was just a prick for no reason. You know what I mean? And she gave me a ticket.
I
And she
mean,
gave me a ticket, bro.
you're saying she's a prick because she's female.
What? She was a female, probably a lesbian too. But she gave me a ticket, and I had to went to court to like
Just
I
pick it
just
up.
said dismiss the ticket, and I won because she was just a prick.
You could just pay it off. Maybe she's
No,
not.
she gave me a ticket to my car. I remember we were on a beach drinking, and the ticket was like she told me that you couldn't park there, and there were no signs that you couldn't park there or anything like that. So that's why I won the case, because there were literally no signs.
It's literally
Like,
common.
park here.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's
Are you?
common knowledge. It's common knowledge. You broke the law. I'm with her. Okay.
Okay, fine. Fine with the lesbian.
We don't know if she's lesbian.
Oh no, the girl cop that gave me a ticket, she had a bust haircut. She probably was a lesbian.
So sexist.
If anything, I'm
Anyway,
lesbian, and that's not a thing. Keep going there.
so anyways, the two guys that are looking for her, the minions, the gay one and the mustache one, they find the softball team. They tell them to go to like some bar, some dive bar. It was the wrong spot. Anyways, they're tracking whenever they use their credit card, which is a like pride flag credit card. Whenever they go somewhere, they ask if it's lesbian friendly, whatever. Yeah. So I guess they're driving down the Bible Belt. That's what they said. So they track their credit card use. They meet him in the hotel, and then they kick down the door, and he pulls out a gun. So here's the thing: when they meet him in the hotel, the two of them just had sex. sex. They made sweet love. I think.
It wasn't sex. It was oral sex. She went down on the girl for just a little bit, and the
And
girl
she fell asleep.
instantly came in, and fell asleep.
And she
That's
cuddled
the
her.
oral sex. That was like a minute of oral sex, honestly.
Well, not even. But she cuddled her, and then we wake up in the middle of the night, and the country girl, she's using one of the dildos that were in the case, because we find out. It's a very strange occurrence of what's in the briefcase. We randomly hear I think we see the dildo. We're like, wait, who are these people? We find out later, but she's using one of the dildos and she's masturbating. And then the Indian girl wakes up to it and she's screaming. And then the two people break down the door and they're like, yo, give us the briefcase. So they take the briefcase, which is missing one big dildo, which the guy doesn't notice or whatever. And then they're asking, where's the head? Where's the head? I think they get that too. And then they take the two girls and they tie them up. So now we have a big meeting of all like the main characters. We got the Indian girl. What's her name?
Sanjana.
Sanji. We have the Indian girl Sanji. We got the country girl who's we don't care. We got the gay bald guy. We got the mustache brute, and then we got the black guy. The black guy's like, "Where is the missing dildo?" And they're like, "We don't know." And he's like, kind of giving a backstory, and pretty much the gay guy and the mustache guy they're arguing, and then I forget what they're talking about, but the black guy was talking about. But in the background, you hear the mustache guy get angry, steps back, pull out his gun, shoots the gay guy. I was shocked. He deserved better. He was a good dude.
I wasn't shocked because throughout this whole movie, the Minion 2 was giving him a lot of shit, and he was just.
They're friends, though. You gotta joke around. They're friends. I think he
They
was
didn't.
surprised.
No, honestly, they
We
didn't seem like
are
friends.
friends.
Bro, you don't fuck with your
City to
friends
the
like that.
skylight, we are friends.
I don't think they were. I think they were work associates, not really friends. And another thing that you should explain is that what the black guy explains to them is that those dildo belong to like a senator, and that's why they're so important that they recover them because if they ever find out that the senator has like a plastic mold of his dick,
How would you know? The fuck? How would you
right?
know?
That seemed like such a small thing to like dismiss or whatever, or or just settle with money out of cash. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but apparently it is.
So so the guy pulls out his gun. He shoots the gay guy, and he looks a little shocked. And the black guy turns around like, "What are you doing?" He shoots him too. And then he looks at the girls. They're screaming with their mouths they're tied up actually. The girls are tied up. Their mouths are gagged. They're screaming. He pulls out the gun, and he tries to shoot them, but then the gun's out of bullets. So he looks scared and runs away. So we never find out how they get untied or ungagged, but they do somehow, and they end up calling up the senator, who is Matt Damon.
Hmm.
They're like, "Hey, we have something that you've been looking for. You got to meet us in this bar, this lesbian bar, alone, or else we'll show everyone." So they go to the lesbian bar, and pretty much they do the exchange. And he's like, "Look, it's not just my penis mold in here. There's like a senator's, a Fortune 500, billionaires penis mold, like Supreme Court, like a bunch of people's." And it got all different shapes and sizes. As Ash would say, they're all humongous. And they were. So they do the exchange, and she asked for like $1 million, which I guess he had. So he gave her $1 million. And then he left. And then as they're about to leave, two lesbians walk off like, "Hey, we're going to have a party in our basement. We think you two girls are cute. You want to do you for us?" And they pretty much, they look at each other, and they're like, "Nah, it's just going to be us tonight." So they leave the lesbian bar, and then the ex-girlfriend shows up, and she's like, "Here's the dog. Take it." And then from behind a wall, the senator, Matt Damon, puts his mask on, like a operating mask on, pulls out a gun to shoot them. But the only good thing that the ex-girlfriend did, she's got like, I don't know, some sort of concoction in the dog's kennel, pulls it out and shoots him. I don't know what it was, but it knocked them out. Pretty much in the newspaper, it's like senator was shot outside of a lesbian bar. He, with his fake mold of his penis and a head. So we assume he's done. And then they show the two main girls sitting out like somewhere eating, and she's like, "Look, I love you. You love me. I made a mold of his penis. I don't know when she did it, but she made a mold of it." And just like, "This for us." So they go out, and they're giving some black woman a ride. I think it's another drive away. They're giving her a ride, and they're like, "We're going to go to Boston because they let lesbians get married there." And she's like, "Wow, times have changed." And then they drive away, and then one of the people who works at the hotel is like, "You left your bag." He looks inside, and it's two dildos, and he's like, "Wow, that's a good dick." And he walks away. End of movie. Woo!
So what would you like to give?
So I think the real thing about this movie we gotta talk about is
It's a TV movie.
no, this was in theaters because I was gonna see it, but I never did.
And
This was released in theaters.
were you glad for your decision?
I get free tickets, so I don't really care. I'm not paying to see it.
Oh yeah, you have that yearly thing, right?
Yeah, every week 3 free movies. So shout out to AMC. Well, like, here's the thing. Like, what was the point of, like, you mentioned it, not telling them, just paying them off for the dildos?
I don't know why they had to shoot them or had to kill them after. They had just paid them. You know what I mean?
And nobody would know whose dick it was. Like I would assume it's just some random dildo, not anyone's mold.
No,
Right?
because you at that point you would have the evidence on your side. You would have the dildos, right? And if the girls wanted to say something about it, what would be their proof? They would have no proof because they already have all the evidence on their side.
It's weird. Yeah. It's one of those weird things. Like there's a lot of weird things about this movie. Even the dude that got knocked out. Like what happened to him?
You know, have you guys ever seen a heads in a duffel bag?
No.
It's with Joe Pesci, if I'm not mistaken. And the premise of the movie is that there's 8 heads of gangsters that they're shipping off to some mafia boss to show proof that they killed them, right? They killed the 8 guys. And they have a luggage mix up with like a regular couple. And they end up with the 8 bags and the 8 heads in the luggage. This movie kind of reminded me of that movie. It's like, but except it was for dildos. And they do have a head, which is Pedro Pascual, which I'm glad they killed at the beginning of the movie because I'm sick of seeing him and everything.
Like I think we all had to. Ash and I at the same time were like, "Why is this dude in everything?" But literally,
So he's like, nah, okay, we just gonna have him in the beginning, all right? Don't worry. He's not gonna be in the rest of the film.
like it literally less than 2 minutes probably, so it was fine. Even Miley Cyrus was probably like she recorded it just from her living room or something, and he just cut out the background for a minute. So, the appearances, the surprise appearances, they were short, and you didn't really get much from it. Even Matt Damon, as like we were talking about, even Matt Damon, like we were talking about, like he just appears in random movies. Like he used to do that a lot when he was younger.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is such a. I feel like this movie doesn't feel like anything he would be a part of, but he did it. So like,
Dude, you were singing that Scotty song. I remember when he did that cameo in that movie. It was so out an hour.
I didn't realize it was him until like a decade ago, and I was like, wait, that's Matt Damon?
That's true. I didn't realize it either when I saw. I think it's one of the road trip movies.
Yeah.
That they use that song, and it's pretty catchy because I remember Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know. Good. Like we like Matt Damon. He's better. He's better than Ben Affleck. Always has been.
He definitely is.
And he's got, like I said, he's doing this. I'm guessing he knows someone because I think was it Euro Trip or one of the road trip movies. He knew one of the people directing it, so he's like, sure, I'll help out. So he probably knew someone doing this. He's like, sure, why not?
From what I see from Matt Damon, he doesn't seem like a bad guy or like a diva type of guy. He seems kind of
he's cool.
humble.
He's chill. He's chill.
Yeah. Even Ben Affleck too, I would say.
I wouldn't go that far. He's a big diva.
Maybe after he got with Jennifer Lopez, and that whole era when he became really famous, I guess.
Keep her name out your mouth.
Jennifer
Don't
Lopez.
be fooled by the locks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little. Now I have a lot. I was rolling with Diddy. We were doing a lot.
Oh God, dude! I went a little bit into that Diddy hole, and I regret it. That shit goes really deep.
No Diddy, bro, no Diddy. Always talk about dildos, no Diddy. Right, Ash.
Ash is probably a victim of Diddy. You should speak up, Ash.
That's not funny. Sorry.
No
No Diddy? Or yes Diddy?
No Diddy. Diddy. You know, Diddy got a sound. I was just thinking about it. I just realized like Diddy's like, Dexter's. Diddy. Oh, also, what was that cartoon where it was like Diddy?
Yes.
Oh, Roadrunner. Diddy.
And we should also mention it's National Autism Awareness Month, so we got an astro. Yo, cut that shit.
Nah. Keep it. Show the Insta people his true face.
I'm the only face they can see, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, but I would say this movie. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't hate it. It's like a very lighthearted, lesbian adventure kind of comedy.
The worst
Uh,
thing was the accent. The
What do you
country girl's
wanna
accent.
do?
Yeah, she
you know,
sounded like that.
by the end of the movie,
I
I
got
didn't
used to
think
it.
the action was good, but I didn't mind it anymore. It really struck
It
me
was
at first,
it was
but I got
strong at first because she was being
yeah.
loud, but it never got better. But it's not
You
as
know
bad
why
as
at the end
towards
you
the end.
didn't mind it? Because they tied her mouth so she could not speak.
Oh, she was speaking at the end. But we should also mention this movie. I believe is rated R because there is a lot of nudity. You see many boobies,
Yeah, we
many
see
boobies.
boobies. We see people going down, raw
But
dogging.
well, they don't show anything of that. But there's a lot of
We
boobies.
see a lot of dildos,
Yes, dildos.
just plain old dildos, dildos with the
Oh,
skin.
there's
dildos
different
with-
shape. There's different shaped dildos, different sizes. You know, we appreciate that. Like, what were you saying, Rock? Like, you would like one of those dildos?
Matt Damon's dildo was also there.
No,
best-
I wouldn't be one of those dildos.
I mean, if I had Matt Damon's dildo, hear me out. No Diddy, I'd sell it.
I never really. I'm not a person that has ever wanted sex toys.
That's
Uh,
crazy. That's a topic for another day. There is beauty in them, bro. But you're not a
No,
lesbian. It's
Probably, if people want to use them, fine. But I never really found the use for them.
I can show you a use. Once we end this, I'll show you.
What
Plus,
will
I'm
you show?
straight. Right? Plus, like I'm straight, right? And if I'm having sex
But
with a
hey,
girl,
just because you have a dildo in your butt doesn't mean you're gay.
okay, whatever, Captain. Right?
It does. I mean, it doesn't.
Dude, what I'm trying to say is that if I'm having sex with a girl, I don't want to bring a dildo that's bigger than my dick and stick it in her, and then she's gonna be like,
That's shit.
What?
Insecure white man.
You're not even right.
no, I don't think it would bode well for me to break
You're
out a
getting,
dildo.
getting jealous of a dildo. Come on now.
They just thankfully I never really had to use one.
Yeah, you don't. You can use your your hands, your fingers, your toes.
I use my belt. And that's about it.
You nigga, what?
What?
Sorry, boy, what?
Water was
Oh,
consensual.
okay. Oh, you mean to spank her? Okay.
No, not really to tie her hands.
Oh, I thought you meant to like you're using your belt as a dildo. I was like, what?
No, there's no way to do
I was
that.
like, I mean, there is a way. For the tie her up, okay. You can do that. I think a lot of people enjoy bondage.
It's like bondage because it's what about, yeah. But I honestly, how do I say this? I'm glad. Okay, I at least enjoy the movie enough to say that I watched it. It's not like Blue Beetle or the movies of Reinfeld. I'm like, why did I watch this? I really have that feeling with this movie.
I
And it's
mean,
like a great adventure. Like I said, there's not very much to hate here. I guess.
like I'm indifferent on it. Like I wasn't expecting anything from it, but it was. It's not. Like it had parts that were funny, so I'll take that as a win. I saw some boobies. That was great. And it wasn't a bad. It wasn't a terrible ending.
And I
It
do
wasn't
like that it has the concept that it's about lesbians, because honestly, I don't think I've really seen that much movies that are specifically about lesbians.
Oh,
Lesbian
you should
and-
watch that movie. The one with the mummy's actress. What fuck? What was it called?
There's like 6
Disobedience?
versions of them.
Disobedience.
Is it about
Rachel Weisz is there, and then the other girl who was in Notebook. What do you call the name?
What do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, but I never seen like a road trip comedy that's specifically with this concept of lesbians. So
Yeah,
that's kinda cool to
because
see.
because you believe lesbians can't be funny. That's why.
That is you, or you don't like
I
it.
said that as a joke, bro. Honestly.
I didn't laugh, so I didn't get it.
Hey, well, what's so funny about lesbians, huh?
Look,
But I do like,
uh,
like I said, I do like that's the concept of the movie.
yeah, you don't you really don't see that a lot. Like
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
a lot of gay for men. Not a
Not even
lot. You
like
get
I like I can
a
count
good
some of the
amount.
gay movies that I've seen about like a gay comedy adventure thing. There's probably
Well,
more that I haven't.
freaking Saltburn. I guess he's bisexual. With Saltburn.
I think I remember Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which is with Wesley Snipes. They're like kind of drag queens. I don't think they're gay. I don't know.
Oh,
But I
drag
know.
queens aren't gay.
Yeah, well,
Some are, but they're not automatically gay just because they're drag queens.
What makes them gay? What is gay?
Oh, gay is happy.
it sounds like that African meme. What is gay? What is gay?
Well,
is
first of all,
gay?
gay means happy. Like I'm taking back the word. It just means happy.
Mm-hmm.
Homosexuality is something else.
Okay, well, so what did you guys think of the movie? I know Chaos is kind of on board with me, but uh,
No, it wasn't as
And
bad as you would think.
it's not something I'll watch ever again.
Come on now. We saw you were like moaning during the kissing scenes and
What
naked
the
in
hell?
bed. You're like,
Liar.
kiss her there. Kiss her tongue. Yes. Hold on the neck.
Oh my
Or
god.
use that dildo.
What the
Use
fuck?
that dildo.
That's a blatant lie. How can you lie?
Every time his voice changes like that, he's lying.
Wow.
Ash exposed.
Wow.
Like he's doing his white voice now. Wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I'd say it really wasn't bad, like you said. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
But
it
wasn't a
was
bad
alright.
experience.
Like it's not something that you enjoy. It's not something that you hate. It's just there.
Yeah.
no, I would say I didn't hate it at all. I enjoyed it, but it's a very, like I said, it's very lighthearted. That's what I liked about it. It's not very something to take seriously at all. There's no really deep message, or no, it's not preachy about anything. So yeah, but it's like a very lighthearted adventure. With this news.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, let's go ahead and give our ratings.
I'm gonna give mine first. I will give it a 5.6 out of 10 because 6 for me is a movie that I could probably rewatch, but I probably wouldn't rewatch this one. But it was enjoyable enough to almost be a 6.
Okay, 5.6 out of 10. I'm writing it down.
Okay.
5.6 out of 10, okay. What about you, Ash?
4 out of 10.
Bruh.
We all heard you moaning, so I don't know
Why
why.
you lying to yourself, Ash?
4 point or 4.0 or what?
4.0. Why are you writing it down?
Oh, because we're gonna do a thing.
You know, if it was me, personally, I'd say I give this a 10 out of... No.
Don't shift the script, bro.
No, I give this a solid, like, 5.4. 5.4 out of 10.
It's pretty average then. Pretty
Yeah.
average movie.
So if we do the math, Ash, you're good at math. What is 5.6 plus 5.4? That's 11 plus 4. That's 14 divided by 3.
5?
You just put on the 5, like it would be.
Bro,
like a
5. That's 5.
The average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4.7.
What?
That's for you because this is your movie.
I don't care. I ain't losing. So I guess we should mention now we will be doing this new thing. Just for like we'll see how this goes. Every few months we're gonna keep a list of all the movies we watch. And we're gonna make a ranking of all the individual movies based by their overall ranking that we give them. So our first movie on the list is Drive-By Girls. With the overall ranking we gave it a 4.7. And right now, it is in first place. I'm at the top.
How
the person-
convenient!
yeah.
How convenient for this.
No,
So-
whoever of us has the word rated movies, that person gets to do a punishment. Has to do a punishment. We haven't decided a punishment yet, but I got some in mind.
Shut the
We're
fuck
gonna-
up!
so-
What is this?
so-
Impractical Jokers now?
Oh,